Well, welcome back to Simply Shemane. I'm so glad you're here. You know, on every show, I try to cover some current events, a little bit about healthy lifestyles, and always end with something to make you smile. But on this show, I'm going to start with something to make you smile. And with me is Creed Fisher. Creed, can you play a little something to take us into the show?
I sure can. This is a song I wrote for everybody out there that loves America like I do. It's called This Place Called USA. These days you can't get a man to work. People getting married and they still flirt. Don't pledge allegiance to our flag like we used to do. Good men are willing to give their lives. Politicians take away our rights, saying they know best what's good for you. These days, dads are always gone. Mama's still here, but she's on her phone. Grandma's raising the kids, and the devil is too. If you ask me, this world has gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth it won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue. My ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life. This place called USA. There's no other place that I'd rather live. Love my wife and teach my kids about the land of the free and the home of the brave. Sick and dang tired of people putting it down. Don't like it here, get the heck out of town. Go find somewhere you love, and that's fine with me. 'Cause we don't need people riding the fence. You're riding with us, or you're riding with them. Make up your mind which side you stand. If you ask me, this whole world has gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth it won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue. My ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life for this place called USA. From the thin blue line to the men who died, land of the free because of the brave. Wrong or right, I give my life for this place called USA. Wrong or right, I give my life for this place called Texas, USA. God bless America.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, stick around. We've got lots more to come, an exciting show for you. We'll be right back.
Simply Shemane is powered by Patriot Mobile, America's only Christian conservative wireless service provider.
Creed Fisher is a true Texan and a free spirit with a passion for his service, his faith, and for these good old United States. Creed, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me so much.
So you just played a song, and I have to tell you, it was the first one of yours I've ever heard. You know who I'm married to.
Right.
And in fact, did Ted actually inspire you to get into music?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He was, like I was telling you before, he was my first concert ever at 5 years old, which is a cool story to tell, you know. But I've just always been a fan. I grew up dancing to Cat Scratch Fever.
Seriously?
You know? Yeah. My nickname with my family is Boogie Boy because I used to, you know, get down and boogie to Cat Scratch Fever. But that was one of the first records I ever heard. And so on the rock and roll side, he's definitely a huge influence.
Now, after hearing that song, I've never been a country fan, but to me, what country music represents is the voice that you shared, the lyrics that you shared were so heartfelt. Like, I got goosebumps. Tell me where that comes from. Did you write those lyrics? Is that part of your passion and what you love to do?
The biggest part for me is, as far as songwriting goes, is the message. Mm-hmm. You know, it's what separates good artists from great artists, is if you can connect with the fan and make them feel what you're feeling. And so the message in the lyrics to me is everything when it comes to songwriting. And I've always loved my country. I was raised that way. My grandfather fought in World War II, and just always grew up loving freedom and loving our country.
How angry/sad does it make you about what's going on right now?
It makes me very, very sad and angry. And, you know, I've always kind of come from the mindset of, you know, if I can't change it, then I try not to focus on it as much. So I just try to focus on the things that I can change personally. And we all see the bad side every day. That's all we see. When you turn on the news, all you see is the bad. I just want to see all of us come together, the good people, the good Americans, the people that love our country, come together and let our voices be heard. And I think there's way more of us than the other.
Well, the problem is a lot of people are afraid to stand up. But now, I think this is actually a good thing what's happening to us, because the silent majority is becoming more and more vocal. And we have no choice.
I was just talking about this with my band the other day, and I think that's one of the reasons why our fans love us so much. You know, my fans love me like they do, and Ted's fans, because we are their voice. They don't have a voice on TV, and so we are the voice they have. And so I'm happy and proud and just blessed to get to do that.
Well, I know Ted's whole summer tour was canceled. How did the quarantine affect you and your band? Because a lot of people don't realize it's not just you. When you go on tour, when you play a gig, you've got people that help you, and the roadies and the crew and your families and their families. People don't think about that.
It's been tough. You know, I was able to do a lot of good during the downtime, and I kept recording. I put out a couple new albums, kept writing. But it was been a struggle for my crew. You know, I've helped them out through this, and you know, I've still paid a lot of them even when we weren't playing, you know. But I think it's like anything. I mean, we're going to weather the storm. We kind of all know, you know, we just need to get through this election, and then then we'll see where we're at. But it's been tough, you know, but I've been through worse, you know.
Well,
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That's right. You know? And this right now, what we're all going through is making us really strong. And hopefully we do get through this election and it gets better, not worse, because I'm sure you've heard, that's what some people are predicting.
I just think in my life, I've always learned, in the bad times and the bad things you go through, you take good things out of it. You know, there's in every bad thing that's ever happened to me, something good's come out of it. And so that's what I try to focus on, you know, and I think a lot of good's come out of this when we get through it.
Yeah.
Some things will change for the better, I think.
And you're able to use your voice through your music, and the lyrics that you write resonate with so many other people. What's the most inspiration that you've ever had? What inspires you the most?
People like Paul, my manager, you know, just the hardworking men and women of our country. They inspire me the most, because I get to live and chase a dream every day. You know, I get to get up and work on what my passion is. And it's the men and women, it's the waitresses out there, the single moms, the guys working construction, the working men and women are what inspire me.
Mm-hmm. And now more than ever, we need music to carry us through. So would you play something else?
Absolutely. I wrote this song at the beginning. I wrote this song in March. It's our single out right now to Texas radio. and it's up to number 60 in 2 weeks, so it's doing pretty good. It's called Be the Hope. In a world full of darkness, I still see the light. I get down on my knees, thank the Lord every night for always providing everything that I need. I feel the power of Jesus in this Bible I read. But these hard times are taking a toll. There's a war going on for my heart and my soul. Look up toward the sky, the King's still on his throne. Stand strong in your faith and be the hope. Well, I've always loved the good old US of A. It comes from the heart when I stand up to say, I'll never run from the devil, oh no. I know the good Lord above is still the one in control. But these hard times are taking a toll. There's a war going on for my heart and my soul. Look up toward the sky, the King's still on his throne. Stand strong in your faith and be the hope. Look up toward the sky, the King's still on his throne. Stand strong in your faith and be the hope. Stand strong in your faith. Be the hope.
We've got a little studio audience here. Thank you so much. You're not only a proud American, but you're a proud Christian.
Yes, ma'am.
And we need more people to stand up. You know, I learned a lot from watching Ted, just voice his opinion and not worry about what other people thought of him. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this show, is that I just wanted to do what I felt in my heart. So Thank you for doing what's in your heart, because it's obviously resonating with a lot of people. You've got a huge following.
Well, I want to say thank you to you and Ted for the same things. You know, people like me, we look up to you guys. So I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, Creed, how can people find you on social media?
I'm on Facebook and all the social media platforms. The website's creedfisher.net, and the music's on all platforms. So
well, we're gonna
music's sold.
We're gonna link it to our show, and I would love it if you could come back again.
Yes, ma'am. I would love to.
Awesome.
Thank you so
I love
much.
it when guys say yes, ma'am. That's the sign of a true Texan. When we first moved here, I'll never forget, our son was in 8th grade. And from Michigan, the Midwest, coming to Texas, all of a sudden, all the kids were saying, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. So I love that. I love a true Texan. So thank you so much, Creed. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We are living in a time of uncertainty, a time when so many things feel outside of our control. Many Americans are concerned about what this means for their future and for their retirement. At Senior Care of Michigan, we believe strongly in helping people take control of their financial future through proper planning and risk management. Let us help you achieve the retirement that you deserve. To schedule a free consultation, call our office or visit us online today.
Patriot Mobile was built on the values of Americans. We are humbled, recently achieving the highest customer satisfaction among all wireless providers. As America's only Christian conservative wireless service provider, you'll receive great performance, and we'll donate a portion of every dollar earned to support your values. Try a wireless company that really cares about you and your values. Call us today, mention Shemane, and get our best promotion.
Well, I am so excited to introduce you to my friend who's back yet again, Christi Proctor-Hurst, formerly of Trading Spaces, the original home makeover show. And Christi, you and I have been friends for how long? Many, many years.
15 years, maybe?
Yeah, at least.
Rocco was little.
Rocco was little. And I love, not only I love what you do, I love your work. You're helping us with our homes.
Yeah.
But I love your heart, mostly.
Oh, she kills me every time.
Am I going to make you cry?
You're going to make me cry, sister.
No, but you have such a good heart. I think
you.
that's why we get along and our souls resonate, because we have the same beliefs.
Yep.
We go to church together.
Yeah, we do. We cry together.
We cry together. And I mentioned this the last time in case people are watching for the first time, because you've been on our show before. But I remember the first time I went to church with you, you were bawling, sister. You were crying up a storm. And I thought, oh, something must have just happened in Christi's life. And she goes, oh, no, I'm always like this.
No, when the Holy Spirit hits me, just give me the napkins. Just give me the Kleenex. I'm done.
So tell me about, we were going to talk about, one of the things that attracted me to you, so to speak, is that you can do the things that I have no idea how to do, and that's how to decorate.
We all have different gifts, right? There's things that you're so good at that I'm not. So, and you have such life and such color within you. And that's one of the gifts I think I've been given, is to be able to see that in people. And when you said, will you help me with my house? I'm like, yes. And I also knew I had to deal with Ted too.
Yes.
So that's grit and glam right there.
Mm-hmm. How do you do that? Because what we've done in our home is he likes it gritty and I like a little bit of glam. But how do you work with those two styles? Because you have been spot on, sister. Spot on.
Oh.
I think there's only been like 2 times where I went, no, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
But everything else, like, you have been spot on. How do you do that?
A lot of it has to do with knowing the person, and sometimes you have that luxury and sometimes you don't. But also when they're great, like you and Ted's like, I want to live in the dirt. I want to have a wood on the wall, and that's all I want. And Shemane's like, ooh, I want sparkles, and I want patent leather pink, and I need heels.
This is all I need. This is
all I need. So,
and this mug. And this
dog.
And that's all I need.
And
my
that dog.
dogs. And it's all in my phone. And that's all I need.
The phone. The phone.
And the wine behind you.
Okay, yeah, that's for sure. And the view. And so you gave me all the tools. And so that's where it starts. And then I also had the experience of being in your home where you're staying now, which is not your forever home. It was not where you really wanted to be. But you could walk through and you could say, this is how it works. This is where things end up when they walk in the door. And This is what I don't want. But this over here, this corner, this is what I want. So, and I also use your closet too to kind of get a clue.
Ah. Now you've been able to work with people with colors. Tell me how colors come into your...
Well, color for me is everything. So I see colors when I see people. And there's a lot of blue.
Really?
You are just a beautiful blue.
Oh.
And of course you shine anyway.
Oh.
But
that's why I like you so.
But it's okay. For example, I'll tell you, let me talk about somebody else for a minute. So for example, I have a client that is if you've ever been to the West Texas area, like Big Spring, all that area out there, it's oil country out there. It's flatlands, it's dirt, it's dry. And so I lived a lot of my life in that part of the country. Well, a lot of those builders back in the 70s and 80s built these brown brick houses that look like funeral homes. And so I had this client couple, and he was conservative and she was not. He was manly, she was funky. And they brought me this house, and I've got pictures for you. So if you'll look at the house, you can see it's Brown Funeral Home, okay? And so they called me in. I drove all the way out that area, that neck of the woods, and I did a color rendering for them, like a picture board, like a Photoshop thing. And we painted all the brick white, and I added a wood trellis. I gave him something earthy. Man, you know, he had his wood out there. And I put a blood orange.
How's that again? Okay.
Know what Ted does? No, his is different.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I gave her a blood orange front door. And so imagine that when you look at everything, the life that comes to this house, it's both of their personalities.
That's awesome.
And it has to be both.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Kristy, I would love to have you back on to talk about more decorating, but also our faith. Let's talk about that. Will you come back again sometime?
Oh, please.
Okay, and how can people find you?
ChristiProctor-Hurst.com.
ChristiProctor-Hurst.com. And then there's one more favor.
Okay.
There's some wine bottles behind you.
Oh, wait.
Yes,
Twist.
because will you stick around for our happy hour?
Done.
Okay. Stick around. We'll be right back. What makes Patriot Mobile so different is their drive to support conservative and Christian values.
They support organizations fighting for religious freedom, First and Second Amendment rights, sanctity of life, and the needs of our great veterans and first responders.
It's America's only Christian conservative wireless service provider.
There's a great promotion going on right now. Call now to get their Stand Up for Freedom promotion.
And it's a limited time, just now through November 7th. And all you have to do is call for more details. You can find out all about it. And you know what, Ted? It's easy to switch, even for you.
I'll believe that when I see it.
You can do it.
I trust Patriot Mobile.
You can get the same reliable nationwide service. And you can keep your phone. You can bring your own phone.
Or buy a new one.
Or you can get a new one. And you can also get a free Premier activation and free gift.
Call now, 972-PATRIOT or patriotmobile.com/Shemane.
And the promo code is
STAND.
Support a company that shares your morals and values. Faith, family,
country, freedom, law and order, Patriot Mobile.
My true passion here at Senior Care Michigan is helping clients organize their financial plans so they can make it through retirement years, making life a lot easier on them.
We do make sure that your assets are going to be protected at Senior Care Michigan.
It was my calling to help a lot of families, retirees, straighten out difficult problems.
Let us help you achieve the retirement that you deserve. Call us today to get started at 810-658-6722 or visit us online at scmichigan.com.
I'm switching it up a little bit, and I'm grabbing the mic, this handheld mic, and you got my...
It suits you. I think it's fantastic.
Well, I love it because I always wanted to grow up and be a reporter, so I guess I am now. But now what I'm reporting on is wine. And with me today is Ray from Wild Wine Life? Wild Wine Life, yes. And we haven't even started tasting the wine yet. So Ray, and also with Diana Davis, Christi Proctor-Hurst, and Dr. Anna Kabecka. So thank you guys, everybody, for joining me here. Ray, tell us what we're about to taste.
Okay, so the theme now is fire pit wines. And we're going to start off with Bubbles, Spanish Cava. And in Spain, they can't call it champagne, but it's made in the same method as a champagne, where they start it from a still wine to a sparkling wine all inside the bottle. And the most wonderful thing about this is it's great quality and inexpensive, and it goes with everything. This, you're going to get cherry and a little strawberry flavors. And I'll tell you, if you have chocolate-covered caramels with sea salt, it is a killer combination. For me,
he got Christy on that one.
Oh, yeah. You like Christy's having a moment. Christy's having a moment. Oh, my gosh. Girls, what do you think?
Wow. That
Did you
is
see?
amazing.
I don't know if you saw Sarah's reaction, but things were happening there.
Like shot like a rocket. It was like, pow, Fireworks. This is amazing. This is really good. This is fun.
Girls, what do you think?
I like it.
I could tell you did.
It caught me off guard when you went that. It caught me off. I wasn't expecting it, but it was. But I like it.
It's electrifying.
It is. It's really.
Fire pit.
You know, Ray, you've got the best descriptions. I got to tell you. For everybody who's watching, go to Wild Wine Life on Facebook or YouTube, because you've got some great videos out there that are describing what we're doing here, but also how-to videos, which I think we've gotten a lot of comments. I'm watching every Tuesday at 5 o'clock Eastern. I'm with people when we launch Simply Shemane, and I watch their comments, and they love this episode. And they love you for what you're doing, for describing everything. But that just knocks it out of the park.
I have an education question. This is always my favorite part, because I learned so much from Ray. But you said this goes from a still wine to a sparkling wine in the bottle?
Correct. So traditional champagne, it goes through a secondary fermentation. It starts off like this wine. Here, let me get this into the camera, where it's still. And then it goes through a secondary fermentation, and they trap the CO2 in the bottle. And that's where the bubbles are, that's where you have bubbling. Something like Prosecco, they do a secondary fermentation in the tank and then bottle it. So it's two different methods. One's not better than the other, but they're both fun. And what I love about Spanish Cava, it's even less expensive than Prosecco.
Wow. Well, this is great. That's awesome.
Fun.
Shemane, this wine is you. It goes from still to dancing in the bottle.
Or dancing in your mouth, I would say. Yeah. All right, girls, what do we got next, Ray? What are we tasting next?
So since we're doing fire pit wines, we have Venerable's The Arborist. It's a red blend. I call it a comfort red. It is Petite Syrah. It has Syrah, a little tannin in it. That's the varietal. You get this dark fruit plum flavor, some blackberry, a nice combination of spice, smoke, and a little bit of vanilla on the back end. Imagine this next to the fire pit, maybe when you're grilling some shizitsas or brats, and the kids are out running around, going trick-or-treating. This is your kind of red wine to drink.
What do you say? When you're eating what?
Brats?
Shazitsas?
Is that my mother's family from Sicily. It's shazitsas. But for those, okay. Yeah, this is my son. He just came running in from outside.
He likes wine already too.
He does say Daddy's wine, and that's the one that likes to sing Stranglehold and AC/DC.
At night before he goes to bed. That's what he likes to
At
hear.
night before he goes to bed. If I play, what's funny is we got into the car and Tears for Fears came on. He started crying until I put it on to something that he liked.
So funny. What do you guys think of this wine?
It's deep, it's robust, it's not too sweet. It's really a nice, dry, flavorful wine. I really like it.
It is good.
Mm-hmm.
This is me.
This is your PJs and
This is yours.
and
This
slippers.
is my PJs and slippers, yeah.
Start with a glass of Cava and then follow it with this.
There you go.
Ooh.
Now, if you also notice, there's this butteriness, this creaminess, seductive silkiness to it. That's what really makes it a fun wine.
Silky seductive.
Yes. Now I'll be honest, this is not my favorite. But I'm willing to try.
But you're more of a white wine girl.
I'm more of a white, but I do like a good red. But
Yeah.
I
like it, but it's hard to drink right after the rosé.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, right after the sparkling. We need to have Fritos to cleanse our palate.
Can I ask you a question?
That's what
Everybody
Shemane
talks about legs. Tell me about legs.
Okay, so we can talk about that.
This has got some legs.
It's got some legs. Ray.
Okay, so it's more about the alcohol content. If you see the slow legs, you'll see more legs in the next two wines where you have a higher residual sugar than you will from this, where the legs will go down slowly because of the sugar. These thinner ones is more because of the alcohol.
This is a good example. I don't know if you can see that, Christy, but you can see it against the white background.
I got it.
The legs are what drains down. Yeah.
Sort of
So,
Yes.
so the slower the leg flow, the more the hangover, because there's more sugar.
Well, okay, so in the next one where you're doing the signature port, and imagine this with like some flourless chocolate cake, you're going to see what they do is they add alcohol to the wine when they're fermenting this to stop the fermentation process, so you have residual sugar in the wine. And they're not adding sugar to it, they're just stopping the fermentation process by raising the alcohol level so high that it doesn't continue to ferment, and that's why port has a sweetness to it.
So what's the difference? Yeah. Oh wow.
This is my favorite.
Things are
Of
happening
all the
here.
shows. This is my favorite.
Really?
This is it.
Oh, it's very dessert-like.
This is it. I found my favorite wine in the whole world. What is this?
Oh no.
This is
I don't like it.
signature port from Adam Pukta. And Adam Pukta is actually the oldest family winery in the United States, located in Hermann, Missouri.
Definitely a dessert wine. She's sold.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a dessert wine for sure.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much for me. I mean, it's the flavor is very good. It's just too much for me for wine.
Anna?
Not my favorite.
Not my favorite. Okay.
Not my favorite.
Not your favorite? Oh,
She's sold.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down, my favorite.
Wow.
So good.
All right.
It's super sweet.
We know where the rest of the bottle is going to go to. Check the inventory, Diana.
Right.
All right, Ray, what do we got up next?
Okay, so we're staying with port, and this is the 1855. This one would be wonderful with like nuts, cheeses, pecan pie, caramel. This is a tawny port from Adam Pukta. So it's going to have a little bit of a sweetness, but you're going to get that vanilla on the back end. And it has a lot of nuttiness. That's why nut desserts would be so wonderful to pair with this. And like I said, I mean, imagine a cold October night outside eating these kind of desserts, or at Thanksgiving.
S'mores. Are you a s'mores person or just marshmallows, Ray?
Yeah.
It depends.
I'm more of if I'm going to do marshmallows, I prefer it on a s'more. And I'll tell you what, in one of my videos, I actually did have my s'mores with the signature port.
Better.
Oh, this is so good.
This is better. It's still
This
too
is
sweet
strong.
for me, but but I do like that it's strong.
This tastes more like a, I want to say alcohol. I know there's
That's what
alcohol.
I was gonna say. Like a liquor.
Like a heavier. Is there a higher alcohol content in this one?
Yes. It's about 18% alcohol. And what they do is, like I said, they add a distilled spirit to the wine while it's fermenting to kill the yeast, to stop the fermentation process. And that way the yeast doesn't eat all the sugar. And that's why you have a little bit of a sweetness on this.
If it was a guy, I would be smoking a cigar and sitting by the fire.
Indulging
after a hunt, right?
I think we have the wrong glasses for this.
Brandy glass.
Yes.
maybe.
Now let's not get technical.
I know, right? All right. Well,
It's a short show. Come
so
on.
girls, comments. What do you think?
I like this one. I do. I feel like, I'm missing the sides, having the food with it.
You're
and
right.
Just to, bring out the flavor even more, but it's so nice. It really
Come on,
is nice.
Shemane, on your next show, we need to have the sides.
Right?
We need the
we're
sides.
slacking.
That's my fault. She said, I need something to eat while I'm drinking this wine. I was like, too much trouble. I don't have time for all that.
So it's not my fault. It's Diana's
It's my fault. I take it. I'll take it.
It does make a difference, though. Having a little cheese or something like that with it really does make a difference.
I'll bring the cheeses next time.
Okay, we'll bring the cheeses.
I'll be on cheese.
Yeah.
Right?
We could even try that as a theme sometime. A very difficult kind of wine, and you can see if you like the wine by itself versus with food.
That's a
Ray,
good
you are
one.
so good. And now we were talking off air. You didn't really go to any type of school. How did you become so interested in wine?
Well, I mean, this is what I've been doing for the past 20 years in the industry, is working in the wine industry for different wholesalers, selling different wines from various wineries from around the world. And the most enjoyable part of the job is what I've always told people, is that I am paid to sample wine and eat food while meeting fun, interesting people.
Oh, that's a great job.
Yeah.
Sign us up, Ray.
Yeah. I think you're kind of doing that.
Yeah, I know.
You're sampling wines, you're meeting new people, and
I am. And I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful for you, Diana and Christy and Anna and Sarah. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. This show is really because of you, and we have been getting suppressed on Facebook, so it's up to you to share it. And please check out our sponsors, Patriot Mobile, Ruff Greens, and Senior Care of Michigan. All right, guys, want to do the wave? Ready? Bye. Our dogs are like family to us. Honestly, the highlight of my day is being able to spend time with them. No matter what kind of mood I'm in, bad hair, they don't care. And they always make me smile. Except, of course, when they don't feel good. Ruff Greens is 100% natural, highly concentrated nutrition from fruits and vegetables with essential vitamins and minerals, probiotics, no GMOs, added corn, or artificial ingredients. And you know what? My dogs love it. I became a customer before they sponsored this show. If you want your dogs to have better joint health, better digestion, and more energy, add Ruff Greens to their food and keep your furry friends a part of your family for a long, long time. Use promo code Shemane for 10% off any purchase.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
That was a good one.
I love you.